heavy, fella. Look here.
Stand by.
One for C-Lab, two for Troy Eagle, three for Wolverine to round out the trio in this episode. Everybody dies.
Broadcasting live from inside the power band, this is The Blah. In this episode, everybody dies. I'm your host, the Wolverine, along with my barbarian companions, Jarhigo.
Kev, it's power band, not power band.
Sorry, power band, not power band.
Thank you.
This is The Blah. In this episode, everybody dies. I'm your host, Kevin, and my other barbarian companion, Orange Sassy Squirrel.
How you doing, man?
Sounds so barbarian, dude. Welcome to the podcast, folks. This week, we are talking about the 1984 sequel and classic, Conan the Barbarian. Sorry, Conan. Wow, let me do that over. Welcome to the podcast, folks. This week, we are talking about the 1984 classic and sequel to Conan the Barbarian, Conan the Destroyer. We've got horny teenage princesses. We got Wilt Chamberlain, Grace Jones. Just, this movie rocks. Let's get to it. High level. Go!
I could see the appeal, man. I had never seen a Conan movie before. Any of them.
What? Oh, my God.
And I could see the appeal. It was fun.
And you're fired. See ya.
Bye.
You're fired. Get out.
Yeah, I think it might have just, I don't know why I never saw one. I guess, I don't know, maybe it was I was younger thing. I have no idea.
Yeah, I think so.
I've heard it referenced a billion times, and like I'm familiar with it. I'm familiar with the comics a bit, but yeah, I totally see the appeal. I get that this one's like kind of shit on as like a cheese dick one, but I totally enjoyed it and saw the appeal the whole way through, basically.
Nice. Love it, dude. Especially coming from a first-time viewer.
Mm-hmm.
Lacking the nostalgia factor. Ben Huigo.
Very interesting. Yeah, I enjoyed watching this. I always thought of it as the shittier of the Conan movies, but I don't know, man. I can see what, it's got some shit that kind of annoys people, and I understand, but I don't know. I really had fun watching it this time, so fuck them. No.
Yeah, fuck you, guy.
Two swords up, man.
If you don't like this movie, I will fight you.
Yeah. No way, Jose.
Excuse me.
Deep in the woods, the anguished cry of Arnold. I'm going to echo...
Very sorry about that.
I'm going to echo what you both said. I just enjoyed the shit out of this movie. I thought my memory of it. Now, I've seen the first one many, many times. I've seen the second one many, many times. These were staple films when I was growing up. No question about it. My best friend was a aspiring comic book artist. Like all he drew was like Frank Frazetta-esque Conan characters, and he was so into this movie, and we were all so into this movie. This one was, my memory was that this one was like the crappier of the two, but I gotta say, I really thought that it was awesome, legitimately. It was goofy at the same time, and I just enjoyed the shit out of it, and I can't wait to expound on that. And I took notes.
Nice.
Yes, excellent.
I was kind of under the impression before watching this that, based on what you guys were saying, that it was going to be like so bad it's good, totally take the piss. And there were some moments, definitely, but I mean, it was pretty solid. I kind of expected a lot worse, I think.
I'm glad you opened with this because it's a good thing to open with. I totally agree with you. Like my memory was that it was crappier, and I was expecting schlockier and like, okay, we're gonna just like you said, take the piss and all of that sort of thing. But I feel exactly what you just said. Like I was like, this is great.
I mean, there were definitely some silly moments, but yeah,
it's cheesy. But I remember it being cheesier.
Same. It wasn't as bad as my memory.
And like everybody was really good. Like I feel like I remember like Wilt Chamberlain, like, not, being all that great as he's a, basketball player and not an actor, but he was awesome.
Totally. He was.
Everybody was like really good.
Yeah, they were. Early nugget that Olivia Dabo, this is her first film. Her sister, Maryam Dabo, was a Bond babe in The Living Daylights with Timothy Dalton, one of my favorite Bond movies. And she got a Razzie Award for worst performance for this movie, man.
Dude. I mean, I don't know. It wasn't great, but
I don't know.
It wasn't that bad.
It wasn't awful. Yeah. It wasn't great. I mean,
it was better than Igrayne or whatever her name is from the dancing fishnet scene in Excalibur.
Yeah, Excalibur, totally.
Better than Igrayne.
Igrayne.
Yeah, better than Igrayne. Yeah, that's the bar. I mean, you're talking about a petulant teenager essentially who's never been with a man. Like, she played it perfectly. Like, you really couldn't get any better than that.
I kind of feel like she was fine. It was really more the character that was just annoying.
Agreed. And the surroundings, like also the dialogue, also the script, also the other characters. Like one thing I'll say about this movie that I couldn't stop thinking about the entire time, like, the locations and the sets were absolutely stunning, man. Like, this movie was filmed in Mexico, and like the rock formations and the scene in the beginning, and like, the giant pillars that they're riding the horses through, not too long after that when they start on the quest to, the magical ice palace in the lake, like, or the palace inside Shadowzar, like, it was all really well done. Like, I was super impressed with that, man.
No doubt. I'll totally Star Wars death out here, but I kind of got a Tatooine kind of Star Wars matte painting-y vibe from the film kind of throughout. I just kind of recall some of the Empire Strikes Back matte paintings and I don't know, maybe it was just seeing an 80s movie with matte paintings and kind of interesting scenery and kind of throwing a filter on the lens and stuff that just reminded me of that kind of ragtag Star Wars-y filming method, but I don't know, it just kind of gave me that vibe.
Yeah, I could see that. I mean, honestly, I didn't even think about the matte paintings, so if they were there, they were excellent, because I didn't really notice them.
Yeah, like the cities on the hill kind of thing,
Yeah, sure. Huigo, any thoughts on that?
No, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
No, just like the sets. Like, are you feeling what I'm saying about the sets? Like,
oh, I'm feeling what you're saying. No, yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Right? I mean, the Ice Palace, dude, when they go in the boat underneath, like, all of that stuff.
That was cool.
Like, I thought it was really, really good. Did I lose you guys?
Nah,
it was.
Oh,
it is.
I'm just thinking about the sweet, sweet sets.
It was.
Sweet, sweet sets. No, really, think about it. Like, then when they go to
really.
No, really, Chad. When they go to get the horn of Dagoth in the other, ruined temple, like, it's really well done, man. It's
all the dust
from the Dreamer ruins.
All right, don't get me started on the dust, because it was there, and I got a huge issue with it. But I'm going to put that aside for a second. I do have some other weird gripes that Chad's definitely going to like.
Nice.
But that set, if it was a set, because it looked like real stone, like the whole thing, like, it was great. I don't know. It really helped me. Like, it really brought me into the movie, like the quality of the sets. That's why I'm like harping on it. I thought they were really well done,
I think what really brought me into this movie was the John Wick level of fight choreography in the opening fight scene.
Totally. Yes.
I love how far we've come with fight choreography, and I so enjoyed how bad that was.
It was terrible, dude.
Yeah, there are some perfectly filmed, like, on purpose misses with the sword. All peppered throughout the movie. It's I was like, oh, yeah, there he is making pretend.
I like how they kind of was like the proto Transformers action shaky cam fight scene where they're just like, I don't really know how we're going to shoot this action sequence. It's like, all right, everyone just surround the cameraman on horses and just crowd him. That'll make you feel like you're thrown into the action. It's just like,
totally
close-ups of fucking horse nostrils.
I love how much you your utter disdain for and how much you reference Transformers.
Dude, it's like the perfect example of terrible action.
I'm not denying it. I'm celebrating it.
I'll do the movie, but I have 3 demands. 1, I want to punch a horse. Number 2, I want to punch a camel again. Number 3, I need a bigger codpiece.
Totally, dude. Let's
It's
get
like,
into
you guys
the
remember those
codpiece,
cod pieces
dude.
from Clockwork Orange? Yeah, like that, but made out of leather.
I tell you what, I had to wear a codpiece in this show that I
Yeah,
did.
you
It was
did.
called I was called
Called
I
in this
Hate
episode,
Hamlet.
Everybody Dies. You're wearing one right now.
Well, I actually thought about that, but it was too late to go digging around for it, and I don't know where it is.
Wow, I'm wearing a codpiece right now.
It's next to your rollerblades.
As a matter of fact, Chad, I'm wearing a codpiece right now. I don't know where the name codpiece came from, but codpieces are interesting, and Arnold's was robust, and I feel like it was made out of metal. Was it not?
I don't know, man. I didn't look at his dick.
I don't
that
know.
much.
Kind of looked like a thick, rich
Corinthian leather.
leather.
Dude,
some-
Corinth is
with some
famous for its leather.
Gold or brass or bronze sort of accents.
Yes, and fur.
Fur.
of a Sumerian goth beast.
Almost Sumerian Kolar Beast.
There you go, Sumerian Kolar beasts. How great would it have been if Arnold said that in the movie?
Pretty great. Almost as great as No Way Jose.
I'm craving the blood of a live Kolar beast. No.
I enjoyed.
What would be great is if Worf was in the movie.
It would
It would be great if
Dude, yeah.
Schwarzenegger played Worf. How about that?
I was thinking if instead of Wilt Chamberlain as Bombaata, it was
Just Worf.
Worf?
it was
Dude.
Michael Dorn as Worf as Bombaata.
There you go, man.
Pretty great.
I thought you were going to hurt the girl.
There you go. So good. I want to jump back to that fight scene for a second, if that's cool.
Do it.
The opening fight scene is great. I kind of feel like this movie deserves a bit of play by play. So we open on Conan praying to Crom, and quick sidebar on that. I didn't count, but he says Crom so many times in this movie. But when Taramis and Co show up, like it's like she comes to ask him because he's a thief to help her, go with Jenna and Bombaata to steal the jewel. And in order to do that, she sacrifices like most of her elite guard. I
Yeah.
was just like, this is the dumbest strategy I've ever seen. Like, okay, let's go find him, and then you guys will try to kill him, and that'll be the test if he's worthy. And then he ends up killing like 4 of them. It's like, what was the point of that? It made no sense to me.
Yeah, pretty much kills everybody except for Bombaata and Sven Olafsson.
That's right. And Taramis. Because that's like the first great line in the movie. Sarah Douglas. I think I get that right.
It is. It is.
Dude, I knew her from somewhere and couldn't place it until I saw it on the IMDb's, man. The second Superman, dude. I was like, oh my God. Yeah,
Superman
totally.
too. She played Ursa. Yeah, she was awesome. And she was also in, she had her other big role back in the 80s was she was everywhere in the 80s because she hit like a couple really huge properties at like one after the other. So the third one was V, the miniseries, and V, the Final Battle, the television show, which I was just so into, man. And I'm so bummed that the updated one flopped. But at any rate, she was really great in V. She's a natural villain.
She's a pretty good villain.
She's excellent, man.
She kind of got like a little bit of an Elvira vibe.
Oh, dude, total like half Elvira. You know what she is? She's half Elvira, half Evilyn.
Ooh, yeah. I like it.
Right?
She
Are
would,
you feeling
she
me
would
on
make
that?
a great live action Evilyn.
Totally.
For
Oh
sure.
my God, totally, dude. Like, she's probably like 90 now, but like,
she plays Skeletor now.
Ooh, yeah, I mean, but back in the like, I swear to God, they modeled that character after her.
Yeah,
Like,
that wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me either, dude. That's a really good call, Benny.
Dude, I love the I love Jeremy Renner's meth head uncle, Malik or whatever. He totally had
Jeremy Renner,
kind of cracked out, kind of like the dude that hangs out at Cumbies kind of thing, you know, buying scratchies and cigarettes and shit. And I really enjoyed it.
Oh wow, that is a good one, man. That is really good. Jeremy Renner. There you have it, folks. Jeremy Renner's meth head uncle, Tracy Walters, plays Malik.
But you know what I'm talking about. You go into a Cumbies and there's like this like gnarly dude in his Carhartts and he's just like heating up a Hot Pocket in the microwave in the back, you know?
In a really stank hoodie.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? It's all stained and
there's like
really smells.
You know, holes in the elbows or something.
Mm.
He's just like, I hate my scratchies, man. Whenever you get scratchies, you got to pick the one that's halfway through because that's where all the winners are, man. Yeah.
I'm not laughing because it's just so true.
It is true, dude. But come on, man. I mean, I remember Ben, like I used to tell you about the lottery golems that used to come into Old South Liquors. Well, actually, Ben named them.
That's a great name.
The lottery golems, yeah.
Chad, I was telling Ben about this dude that used to come in. He was this Latino guy, and he would come and he'd be like, "Give me 3 $5 wiener." And, you give me 3 $10 ticket. And Ben named them collectively the lottery golems.
It's the best name ever, dude.
It is. It's right up there with Cape Cod Mall. Dude, I just and speaking of which, like, I got a quick shout out to Joe Tacular, man, a fan of the show. Like, I can't believe the dude was on the Cape. And then he went to the Cape Cod Mall
and dropped your buddy's line.
Said that.
So good. It's so meta.
His wife or his girlfriend was like, "What are you talking about?"
Wife's like, "You're a fucking loser." And meanwall, I'm like, "Yes,
Totally.
You're my favorite human."
She was like, "You got to stop listening to those 3 losers every week."
So good.
That was great. So good on you, Joe. Shout out to you, man.
Sage advice.
Great to see that our listeners are visiting our various haunts.
No doubt, man. So yeah, Jeremy Renner's uncle was a great bit of comic relief here. He was just the right amount of silliness.
I liked him in this on this particular watching. I feel like I definitely did not in previous watchings.
Yeah, I could see that.
Oh, like Malik, you mean, in previous watchings?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just real quick, that actor, Tracy Walters, is he's like a super-powered character actor, man. He's been in so many movies, like over 100 movies.
He looked
played
familiar,
Bob
but I
the
can't
Goon
place
in the
him.
original Batman, and he's been in a ton of stuff, man. You've seen him everywhere in the last 30 years.
I felt like the same with Mako, whatever. I totally recognized the guy, but couldn't place him in any other movie.
Mako as Akiro.
Yeah. Akiro, yeah, exactly.
Mako as
Mako's
Shun.
been in everything.
Akiro.
I need you.
I had nothing against Mako. He thought he did a great job, but as soon as he came on screen, all I could see was Chun.
Ooh,
really?
Although Mako is an actual Asian, whereas
No, I know.
is most
Like,
definitely not.
I just feel like the cheese dicky, white dude playing an Asian dude is the kind of choice that these guys would have made. And so I don't know. It's just, it gave me a chuckle.
But they
thinking about Chun in the role instead.
Thankfully, they did not. He was in the first movie too. He was in Conan the Barbarian as well.
Well, interesting little sort of nugletta is that he was just his name in the first movie was Wizard of the Mound, and in this one they gave him the name.
Right. And he narrated the first one or something?
Correct. And this one.
So I haven't seen the first one. So is that weird that I started with the second movie? I imagine probably not.
No, but
doesn't really matter. The first one's like an origin story, though.
Yeah, when we get to that one, you'll be stoked.
Oh, totally. I'm looking forward to it. I just was kind of like, should I? Shouldn't I? It didn't seem like I missed much. His girlfriend died, and the wizard was there.
Yeah, that's the only thing that you get spoiled, I guess. Really, is
what?
Valeria.
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 And the
Valeria.
1,000 Planets or whatever.
Valeria.
What is it? Valeria and the 1,000.
Valeria.
Whatever. I'm dead.
Wait, what? Why are you dead?
Oh, I was trying to remember the name of that Valerian 1,000 Planet fucking stupid movie. Tied into Valeria.
That's it. Valeria in the City of 1,000 Planets.
There you go.
Never ever do that.
Never
invoke that movie.
Don't you dare combine those two properties together.
How dare you, sir?
What's that movie called? Valerian?
Sure.
In the City of 1,000 Planets?
Valerian.
So this is...
Valeria. I want my own kingdom and my own queen.
Dude, seeing Conan roll around shirtless throughout most of this movie, there was a couple of scenes, especially when he like rolled into... I think he rolled into that town that Grace Jones was tied up to a stake in. And as he rolled in, he kind of had this hulking look to him, and he looked exactly like Van Zandt from Reign of Fire. And I totally see how McConaughey probably pulled from this for his character. And I don't know. I just
obvious inspiration.
I mean, it's pretty obvious now that I've seen it. You know.
Wow, the Stogies are even
yeah, exactly
an Arnie thing. Not that he was. That'd be pretty funny.
Live on ash, feed on death.
If Conan was smoking stogies,
dude, it'd be amazing.
I got these from Cuba. They're the best.
Picked him up in Baliset.
Instead of Valerian in the City of 1,000 Planets, this death is called Valeria in the City of 1,000 Arnolds.
There you go. It's death. It's a legit death.
There you go. Legit. Mako is dead, by the way. He passed away in 2006, unfortunately.
Sorry, bro.
This was pretty awesome. Yeah, he was great.
That's a shame.
Yeah, he is awesome, dude. I love his little, like, hand gesture mind battle with, like, the other wizard at the end there.
You mean Christopher Lee?
Yeah.
that was pretty awesome. I was getting some Big Trouble in Little China vibes going on there.
Totally, man.
It definitely had Big Trouble vibes, for sure, but the other wizard.
Little Pan versus Egg Shen.
Yeah, but it was really more like Egg Shen versus Christopher Lee, Saruman, because the guy looked exactly like
totally
Christopher Lee. I even wrote that down in my notes.
I like how their mind battle lasted all of 4 seconds. It was like, and the guy just passes out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, so that's where they got Christopher Lee from?
That's it. They found him on the set.
That's set, exactly.
They got Christopher Lee from this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, he came with the set.
That's it.
Right?
He's like a rat on a ship. He just like, burrowed into a crate and was living there.
Yeah, you inherit him.
Mm-hmm.
Count Dooku.
Fucking Count Dooku. God damn it.
Oh, yeah.
I gotta go take a Count Dooku.
Oh, that is so terrible. I love it.
I think that Sean Connery playing Zed from Zardoz should definitely have been in this merry band.
Oof, nice.
I think he could have added something to the team, to the crew.
Yeah. No, he would have fit in nicely, man. If he came riding into a scene on his horse with that weird Zardoz helmet and his gun, like I would have been like, "Yep,
yeah, totally, it was
cool."
Yes, I've got my red jockstrap and my revolver. And now I'm going to shoot you. Zardoz commands it.
Exactly.
Bombaata, why?
And you know that if Sean Connery was in this movie, it totally would have derailed the plot, and the princess would have gone off and hooked up with him.
Oh, dude, there's no question about it, man. She was angling, man, angling for it.
Why is Arnold's codpiece bigger than mine?
I demand satisfaction.
Good stuff, dude.
I think we're kind of closing in on the Grace Jones bit. Like he's just collecting people.
Yeah, man, they're getting the band together.
Yeah, man. Getting the band together, dude. Chad, you were talking about the quote town where they pick up Grace Jones. It is so not a town. It's like
it was like a strip mine.
Yeah, it's like a cleared out patch of a strip mine.
Gully.
Yeah, exactly. And there just happens to be people there bartering like food and shit. And then there's Grace Jones like tied to a log or chained to a log.
Yeah, it's the town from Roadhouse. There's like There's like
Yes.
there's a Cumbies, a Gully, and a bar. That's all there is.
Gummies.
I brought Cumbies here.
And a J.C. Penney.
J.C. Penney's coming here because of me.
Cumberland Farms is coming here because of me. Conan,
Why do they have her chained up?
you swing that sword around and you cut the shit out of people every night. Tell me you don't love it.
She got busted stealing from J.C. Penney.
Can you believe this bitch got caught stealing from my J.C. Penney? I feel like that's a pretty tight Ben Gazzara.
That's pretty
no?
good.
That was good, man.
I feel like it's good.
I could see him riding a horse and swerving all over the road.
You should pat yourself on the shoulder right now.
Done and done.
I want Ben Gazzara in a fedora swerving his horse around the place, knocking people off the path.
Or just riding into the town, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Conan, you want some breakfast? Sorry.
This is so far off.
I just love him in that movie, man.
Is terrific.
And now I love him in this movie.
So Grace Jones.
Grace Jones, everybody.
Yeah. What about Grace Jones? Like, she was in two notable films in this time frame, and that would be
Mayday.
Bond Girl / Villain and View to a Kill with Roger Moore,
Yep.
and this.
In every music video.
Yes, every weird music video. But I thought she was really good in this, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's excellent. She's great, man. I love it when she she follows them out of the gully town, and
Gully Town.
Bombaata tries to tell her to leave, and like she decides to attack him, and I love that she just like jumps on him and starts headbutting him with that like forehead plate.
Yeah, that she stole off Merlin and Excalibur.
Yeah, it looked nothing like that, but
Yeah, it really didn't. But I liked
Fuck
how
you guys.
it like the upper half was black, so it looked like her hair, which was kind of weird and like misleading, sort of. I don't know. It was cool, but like I love how he chopped her toothpick up like in 2 seconds, and then she's
2
like,
seconds.
might as well just jump on you, man.
Bite
Start
your
all
wailing on
four.
you. Right? Total
yeah,
Zulu
I mean, I just
warrior.
thought it was funny that she actually had like a metal, like not a helmet, but like a metal plate on her forehead. Apparently, just so she could do that, you know, like that was one of her moves, you know.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's definitely one of her moves, dude.
First, I try to knock them off the horse with my stick. If that doesn't work, I just jump at them all fours and start headbutting them.
Screaming.
Press XY at the same time for the headbutt.
Yes.
All right. So would it not be dope to have as unlockable characters in our ultimate movie video game, Zula, Conan, and Bombaata?
Yeah, I'm down.
Right? I think that'd be freaking tight.
Definitely.
A fighting game.
Yeah.
You got to have the Akiro in there to take on the Egg Shen,
Ooh, that'd be
Lopan,
sick.
unlockables too.
Yes. Yeah. No doubt.
And I mean, you should probably throw that man-ape weird creature in there too. What the fuck was that?
With like the exposed regular man nipples.
Yeah.
But like,
Exactly.
like, what? Why is it mostly beast, but its nipples are human? Like,
Or like how his fingernails at his fingertips were like creature, and then like the inside of his palms and were human, and the backs of his hands were like a reptilian scale.
It made no fucking sense.
I don't
It
know. I
was-
think
it was weird.
It
It
was
was
weird.
definitely weird.
It was weird, but I was kind of getting the vibe of like, it was like, you know what? It's going to be way too expensive to like make a whole suit for this guy. So why don't we just kind of like,
Why don't we just half-ass it?
Look, we ran out of makeup. Okay, you're just gonna have to go with them like this.
yeah. Yeah, we kind of ran out of money, so kind of thing. I don't know.
Look, the stuntman doesn't want to come out because he's self-conscious about his nipples. Do you have a cape or something for him?
Yeah.
Yeah. We got this red cape from the set of Little Red Riding Hood.
Yeah, there you go.
Drape it over him.
I got a great nugget about that dude. So the guy that plays not the wizard, but the lizard wizard.
King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard?
The Lizard Wizard.
Yeah, the lizard wizard, man. So when the wizard turns into the creature, so it's Merlin, basically.
King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard?
King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard?
Yeah, that's
Totally.
a band. It's a band over here. Maybe.
That is a total band. I love it.
It is.
That's like
It is a band.
Yeah, it is.
It's actually a band.
Peculiar Proclivities or whatever it was from the other one. I just listened to that part of that. No, that wasn't it. It was like Persnickety Proclivities.
Oh,
No.
yeah. No, that's an act. King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard is an actual band, like a real life band.
Yeah.
What? For real?
Yeah.
For real.
For realsies.
Oh, wow. For realsies,
Yes.
man. Look it up on the
They-
intranets.
They actually exist.
Okay. Anyway, the wizard, rather, Merlin.
King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard?
Yeah.
No, Merlin's goofy cousin turns into the creature, and the creature is played by the giant German Nazi airplane mechanic that gets chopped up in the propeller. In
Ooh,
Indiana
I
Jones
love
and the
that
Raiders of the
scene.
Lost
Really?
Ark. Yeah. And he also, I didn't realize this until I read the nugget, was that he also played the one of the giant thuggy guards in Temple of Doom.
Okay.
Who's like, whipping the kids in the mines. I don't remember who that movie I haven't seen in a while.
That's a good one.
Yeah, totally. Indy.
Show favorite and friend of the show, Kate Capshaw.
Kate Capshaw. And also final form of Lincoln Hawk. The best
And
ever.
starting center for the Detroit Red Wings.
Oh my God, I totally forgot about that. Oh man.
We're kind of skipping ahead here, but for some reason, I thought the Merlin's goofy cousin in the ice castle on the water there. Like I thought that was the end of the movie for some reason.
Yeah.
So I was like, holy shit, this movie's really short, man. What the fuck? I had forgotten all about the that crazy beast at the end of the movie.
Dude, that fucking thing.
We'll get there.
Well, it's just to digress for a second about something that's slightly zoomed out. Like the thing about the movie that one of the things I actually liked about it was that they don't waste any time. Like we get right to it, So it's like Conan's praying, and it's like here comes Taramis, and like here we are, come to the castle, and then it's like boom, we form the party, and we're off and running. You know what I mean? So by the time they get to the ice palace, it's only like 25 minutes into the movie. You know what I mean? Like it moves along really quickly, and I don't feel like anything really gets skipped in the movie in terms of the story. Like it moves at a nice clip, and it was one of the things that made it enjoyable.
It doesn't fuck around. It fits for those kind of movies of that era. It had like I don't know.
Era.
Beastmaster came after this or before this? After this.
I don't know.
I think before.
But like it was a similar quickly collecting people like Beastmaster was, You just don't need to fuck around.
Well, no, you don't. And I'm glad that they didn't.
Because so often with a movie, they're like, here's a 20-minute scene so that we can convince some rando to come with us. It's like, no. Just like, have some cannibals stringing him up and cut him down, and then he'll come with you. Done.
Yeah, right. Like, like even the Zula scene, it's just like, they go to Gully Town and she's chained up and he just like chops the chain. It's like, let's roll.
Done. Yeah. Whereas nowadays a movie's like 3.5 hours long, and an hour and a half of it would be gathering the troops.
Right, or having a conversation with Zula about coming on the party.
Yeah, exactly.
Joining the party, rather, I'm with you, man, for sure. But anyway, whatever. I was trying not to derail us. Just I wanted to make that comment because I liked the pacing of the movie. But it's funny because if I'm hearing your comment, Ben, correctly, I thought that was later in the movie as well.
Yes.
The Ice Palace.
Yeah. For whatever reason, I thought that was like the climax of the film.
Yeah.
So
I thought it was like that, and then boom, the monster with the horn.
I guess that's not very useful, except for the fact that it illustrates how long it had been since I'd watched it.
Yeah,
And how dumb we are. Yes. Possibly.
it does feel like a climactic sequence, though, versus the end. Like, the end doesn't feel as climactic as the Ice Castle thing.
I agree, actually, because I thought the whole Ice Castle sequence was like really well done. And the battle was great too. I mean, obviously the monster was kind of cheesy, man, but like, keeping it in the frame of like, hey, it's 1984, like it was pretty dope, man. And the whole like Hall of Mirrors thing, and like just I like that whole story element. Like I thought that was really cool. Like the wizard being like part of the castle and part of the mirrors. You know what I mean? So it's like you break the mirrors, you kill the wizard. It was a really cool device.
Yeah. Totally had a fucking Bruce Lee vibe. Hall of Mirrors.
Totally. I like that the wizard turned into an animated dragon.
That was
made out of
sick.
smoke. I thought
that was really cool.
That was kind of cool.
I thought that was cool too, man. Especially for like 1984 effects, you know.
Yeah.
It was a bird of smoke. Right? It's so good. Freaking Mako's the best.
Yeah.
Aside from the sweet dragon, animated dragon, I thought the creatures really was the one thing that let this movie down.
Both the creatures, or just the creature, or just one of them?
Both of them.
I kind of like the creature at the end.
I did too.
It's totally stupid, but I don't know. I just like it.
Yeah, I liked it too, man. It's
got so much
cool.
weird shit going on. It's got the sideways mouth and like the
and the
horn but then it has like webbed hands and feet and like what the fuck?
I know, but you know what? It made the creature like unique and interesting. Like that was the thought I kept having when I was watching the final battle. Was that like it was such an odd mishmash. Like they came up with something unique that just it wasn't totally terrible. Like I mean, obviously, like you know, it's 1984, and you know the effects and the budget and all that. But like, if you can kind of see past that, like it is a pretty cool creature.
I guess my issue with it was that like a few years later, you've got Predator. You know, like
true. That's a really good point.
It's not the
aliens,
70s.
dude. Aliens.
I don't like it because it's good. I like it because it's cheesy.
Yeah.
All right, I'm with
Because
it.
they took every like 50s horror movie monster and put it into a blender and
Will it blend?
poured it out into a fucking melted mold.
Right. And then like Ben Gazzara somewhere in there.
I guess this guy, the special effects dude, he designed or was part of the team that designed E.T. and did the head effects for the Xenomorph and Alien. And like this is where we end up. Like I think that's part of my gripe here. I totally get where you're coming from. I think it's because I'm a new viewer of this. I think as a kid or younger, I would have been like, haha, that's awesome, you know.
No, that's legit gripe, dude. It's I'm with you. Because it could have been better. I mean, especially after, like, you know, to Ben's point, or whichever one of you was talking about Predator.
Yeah.
You know, and the Xenomorph head, like, that's some really high-class work, you know, so then to land on this. But, I mean, again, like, you know, if the dude was constrained by the budget, you know, there's your answer right there.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
There's some pretty good gore going on when he, like, pulls the horn out of its head.
Totally, dude. I love that part. All right, so continuing on the story, what the hell time is it? Okay, so where are we in the story? We Gully Town. We're feeling like we're stuck in Gully Town. What happens after Gully Town?
We got out of Gully Town, and then they
find Akiro.
Yeah, they go find Akiro after that. No,
is that right, or is Akiro before that?
He's before. I think.
No, that's in the. Yeah, that is before that. I think.
Pretty unnoteworthy, other than Malik makes the crack about saving the barbarians from eating him and getting indigestion or whatever.
Yeah.
Why would they want to eat anybody as sour as you?
That's a pretty good Malik, dude. I think we were up to the ice
they
castle.
Hate me, they would absorb my magic. What?
I think we were up at the like ice castle Hall of Mirrors fight.
Oh, sorry, yeah. And I had a couple of gripes there too.
Yeah? Well, give us a lead into your gripes of Hall of Mirrors.
I don't have a lead in. I'll just start. They're the boat scenes, dude.
Dude, yeah, those were so bad.
They were so bad and so good. Like that was probably the worst of the movie. Like all of them sitting in the boat, like intently staring. You know what I mean? It's like the background was so phony, dude. It was ridiculous. And like, here's like a really classic gripe at Kev. Like I was like, what is up with the spikes on the oar? You know what I mean? Like they made the oar to look all like medievally, like Conan-y, barbarian-esque.
They're
like,
fantasy oars, Kevin.
Yeah, oh, right. They're fantasy oars. They all have spikes on them. And, but like Arnold was like dangerously close to like stabbing himself every time he was working the oar. I mean, this is me, dude. This is what an idiot I am. That's what I'm watching in the scene. I'm not
You're rewinding it over and over.
I'm watching to see how close the horns on the oar are coming to touching him and cutting him.
Dude, he smacked Malik on the head a bunch of times.
Later on the podcast.
When he was rowing, he smacked Malik a few times on the head.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
Well, you clearly didn't watch it enough. You would have seen that his head went back into the left. But yeah, he legit hit him a couple times.
He was too busy admiring the oar spikes.
Yes, I was admiring the oar spikes.
Mm. Yeah, the whole escape from the I guess we're calling it the ice castle, like that.
Yeah.
It seemed rather hasty and sort of like,
yeah.
I don't know if it was something that happened in the editing process or if they just like didn't film enough shit or what happened, but it did seem like I don't know. It just seemed hasty.
It did. It was kind of like, okay, he's dead. Well, we better roll because the place is falling apart, literally.
Yeah.
It was like, all right, cool. And it was like, how did they get down to the boat, dude? It was all like, it was all walled up
like,
when they went in there and they had to like dive in the water and swim underneath and all that shit. So.
Yeah, they like went out the front door that time.
They spent all their money on styrofoam rocks.
Arnold just like looks around and he's like, come on, let's get out of here.
A key in the front door.
Get in the boat. Get to the boat. Come on.
Dude, I would love to reshoot that scene and like or take that scene and insert like a CGI little cheesy 5-horse motor, and have like Arnold have his hand on the
a
motor.
little electric motor.
Yeah, exactly, man. That's funny.
That's totally why it felt hasty.
Yeah,
there's not a whole bunch of like Arnold, like, come on, there's no time. We have to get out of here. Run. Like every other movie, that Arnold is in, whenever something like that goes down.
Yeah, totally. A lot of sort of nondescript vocalizing from Arnold.
Yes.
As he's going through various physical things.
Yeah.
There's a guy, I don't know, I can't remember the guy's name from Mad TV. That's how he did his Arnold impression. It was similar to what you just did right there. It was like a lot of that noise. Too much of it, but
yeah, he was doing like that. That
yeah,
stuff,
he was always
yeah. Dana Carvey's Arnold is kind of like that too.
Yeah, and it's a little more like Hans and Franz, which I don't dig. I like Hans and Franz because they're trying to be like Arnold. Like that was the whole hook there,
Well, I mean, Carvey doesn't really do like his impersonations are not accurate by any stretch of the imagination. They're just like
on purpose. Yeah.
It's like he makes it funnier by not doing it right somehow.
Yeah. I mean, dude, in Master of Disguise when he does what's his name from Jaws? It's so fucking funny. It's so stupid,
dude.
Roy Scheider?
No. What's his name?
Richard Dreyfuss?
No, the captain of the Orca, man.
Oh, the like war
Shut
story,
up, dude. Whatever. Dumb cul-de-sac. Whatever.
Dude, I can segue
totally
us
dumb.
back into the movie. So speaking,
do it, man. Just do that,
please.
Speaking
Help
of
us.
Dana Carvey, did you guys know that Princess Jenna is the nerdy girl who hooks up with Garth from Wayne's World 2? Betty Jo.
Whoa, dude. Nice name drop. Are you sure?
Yep.
All right, I'm not going to do what I usually do and go, like, fact check your shit on the internet.
You can fact check me if you want there, Snopes, but it's true.
But you mean like the actor or?
Yeah. Olivia Dabo played
Olivia
Betty
Dabo,
Jo
okay.
in Wayne's World 2.
Wow. I thought it was somebody else, but yeah, you're right.
She looks
Good
like
call,
a
man.
Arquette, but she's not. Like
She
Betty
kinda
Jo
does,
looks
yeah.
kind of like a Rosanna Arquette, but she's not.
Well, actually, Olivia Dabo's big sort of thing that made her, gave her notoriety was she was on The Wonder Years
Oh,
as like the sister, I think. I didn't really watch that show, but anyway,
dude, she was. This creeped me out like crazy. She was 13 when this movie started filming.
what?
Yeah, not a joke. She was 13. She was 14.
No
She was 14 years
way,
old when the
dude.
movie wrapped.
Get out of here. For real?
Isn't that fucking weird?
Yeah, a little kind of creepy too, man, considering what she says in the movie.
That's it. But I found it fascinating just in the like the professional Natalie Portman was 12 or 13, and she looked like a 12 or 13-year-old girl. Like, Olivia Dabo did not look like a 12 or 13-year-old girl in this movie. It was really, kind of creepy.
Yeah, dude, you're right. She definitely was 13. Holy smokes.
I had no idea.
It made me feel kind of yucky because, like, the first time they said her character name, Jenna, I was like, oh, Jenna with the breasts. Jenna! And then I found out she was 13 and got really, really creeped out by it.
Yeah, wow, now I'm creeped out by it. Because, like, all she does is talk about sex in the movie.
Yeah, and barely wear any clothes and stuff. It's just, ugh.
Totally. Yeah, that is gross.
Yeah, they don't make them like they used to.
No. We need to talk about Grace Jones's G-string, I think.
With the cattail?
Oh, I don't care about the cattail. I just find, like, my gripe of Kev is that, like, can you imagine being an adventurer with the goddamn G-string? Like, it's just not at all practical.
Oh my God, ridiculous.
You going around with, like, leather up your ass all the time trying to fight people with giant, American Gladiator
it allows
sticks
for, full range of motion, Chad. It's very freeing and...
Right?
There you go.
Yeah.
it's something.
It's like the female armors trope, like...
What, the
female armors trope? What do you mean by that?
Just like in video, like fantasy games and shit like that. It's like the,
it's like a bodice
maybe
or something.
two sets of armor, one version like for, the male version of the character and one for the female version of the character. And the male version will be like, full covering, like, medieval armor, and the female version will be like a G-string and a bikini top.
Yeah, have her tits hanging out.
Yeah. Totally.
So
I'm
dumb.
Now. I got you now.
The Grace Jones rocked it, but I just found the G-string hilarious. And the fucking cattail was so dumb and funny and ridiculous. Especially
that was really dumb.
The little scene where she's climbing out of the water in the ice castle, and like they've had the little like lip in the music.
I totally noticed that. Shake. But they didn't line it up. They didn't line up the music cue with her little like butt shake right there.
Oh my God. So lame and funny.
Yeah, that was really dumb.
Well,
What are you going to do?
What are you going to do?
I mean, I guess to be at least like Arnold was also like basically wearing like,
Nothing.
A fur cod piece as well. Like it wasn't, yeah.
No, I mean, look, this is a very sexy movie. There's a lot of sexiness for everybody.
Hey, man. Stupid sexy Flanders.
Even the minors.
There you go, man.
I kind of got an Indiana Jones vibe from the kind of middle act of the film where they were going into the place where the horn
Temple
was.
Of Doom.
Do you guys get that?
Drum.
Wait, say that again,
So, like,
Chad?
the middle sequence where they're, like, following the 13-year-old girl through, the stones, and then they have to jump off the horses and go into the cave and find the secret, and they go in, open the door and find the lock and all that kind of shit. It was very Indiana Jonesy, I thought.
I was just waiting for Mola to jump out.
Yeah. Wait, Mola or Mumm-Ra?
Mola.
Skeletor's in the back making drinks. Shit, that is great, man. Yeah, it was very Mola in there, dude, for sure. It definitely was Indiana Jones. It was like kind of half indie, half Lord of the Rings because Christopher Lee was there.
There you go. Especially coming
but if it was Mola instead of Christopher Lee that came out, like,
that would have been tight.
It wouldn't have surprised me.
Yeah, no, it wouldn't have either.
Oh, Jesus.
And that led into the like they walk out with the artifact, the horn, and there's just a whole bunch of dudes there. I really enjoyed the like enough talk dagger throw. It was perfect.
Oh, that was great. What's great about it is that like the guy's trying to explain that like they're the guardians of the crypt and that like they're friends. They're to help, and he's like, enough talk. Just kills him. What?
They're the Cryptkeepers.
Oh, yes. I like how they were like, we're your friend. We come in peace. We're totally cool. We want to resurrect this god and take over the world and rule over everybody and kill everything. It's totally fine.
Yeah.
Like, right.
Yeah, exactly. Enough talk. Right? It's very soon after that we get a Bombaata, get out.
Dude, Bombaata is always trying to pull some shady shit.
Right?
He really is, man. Really. I got to say, like, my recollection of Wilt Chamberlain in this movie is, like, his performance is like a terrible 80s porno movie. And it wasn't like that. He was actually really good.
No.
I enjoyed him. And like, he's so damn huge, man, but like proportionately huge, like Shaq. You know what I mean?
Fucking
like
dwarfs Arnold, man.
Dude, totally. But like, he's not.
When they're both trying to push that door up, it's like, Jesus Christ, Arnold looks like a fucking, like an action figure next to him. Like,
he does. But the thing is, like, he's like proportionately large, like Shaq. He's not one of those like basketball guys that was like, kind of like lanky and a little like gawky. You know what I mean? Like, he was like large all the way around. Like his musculature and his arms and everything was like commensurate with his size. So he's like this like literal giant man. I don't know. He was really great, dude.
Yeah, I love when they're fighting those guys in that temple and he like picks the one dude up.
Yeah, there was a lot of like chucking dudes in the temple scene, man. Like Arnold threw one guy into 6 guys, and like he was chucking dudes around like that.
There's a lot of dude throwing.
Yeah, there's a lot of dude throwing, man. Like, I will posit that this movie, I kept thinking about this the whole time. I was like, if you put a little bit more energy and money into it, like, it would be really, really good. Maybe like just kind of removed a little bit of the goofiness, or maybe even kept it in. You know what I mean? I think the movie would have been like a really, really good movie.
I'm picking up what you're saying, but I find it to be charming just as it is,
No,
like,
I know that. I kind of like, when I say those things, I'm kind of thinking like,
with the poor stunts and action and the goofy humor and shit. I like it just like that.
Yeah, I know, but you know what I mean. Like, I'm always saying that in like a quantum reality kind of way. Like, if you could like take another crack at it, but still have the original. Like, you could make something like the bones of it being a really epic movie are there. I wouldn't change it. Don't get me wrong.
Maybe a compromise here is like the first movie was kind of a little bit more, from what I understand, a little bit more serious, and then this one was kind of silly, and then maybe going back and they made a third one in this other reality that was a little bit back to kind of being more serious. That might have been a good spot,
Yeah, I really think because originally, not to digress too hard, but this is about the movie or the series, is that originally like Conan the Conqueror or King Conan or whatever was supposed to be like the third movie, and I don't know, maybe he's a little old for it now, but Arnold could totally do like a cool older King Conan type of situation now, or maybe not.
I think they were talking about doing it.
Well, they were talking about doing it for a long time, and then Arnold started doing Predator, and his like contract with Laurentis was up, and he had done Red Sonja, and that was that.
Maybe I misread it, but I mean recently, like not like very, very recently.
Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, I didn't read any of that. I was reading like what happened.
You're not talking about the Momoa reboot, are you?
Oh, fuck that
dude,
thing.
No, that movie is terrible.
No. It's kind of like, sorry to bring this up, Benny, but it's kind of the Batman thing, like the old grizzled Batman. Or Spider-Man Show Me the Money, like geriatric Conan, I could see old King Conan kind of reminiscing a bit. Like, that could be a cool movie.
Yeah, with like some cool swordplay and like adventure as well.
Yeah.
By Conan himself.
Maybe.
Yeah.
We skipped the drunken campfire scene. I don't remember when that was, but that was ridiculous.
Best part of the movie, dude. One of the best parts of the movie.
Do you reckon? When Jeremy Renner slathers, what's her name, with unguents?
Yes.
Just try and do something nice for somebody.
I don't want the infection to spread.
Yeah. My wound is lower.
You try to help someone, and instead of getting thanks, you get threats.
Yeah, it was good, man. It was like green mayonnaise or something, man. It was
Cumby's Creeper.
Yeah, I mean, look, just seeing drunk Arnold, because I watched this movie, well, I didn't get all the way through the second one, but, drunk Arnold was just awesome.
Better than I remember it. I always made fun of that scene, and it's actually way better than I remember it being.
Right?
Even, not on your knife.
Oh, come on. That's so good, man.
Not on your life. I have to get up.
The promise I was kingdomed.
Valeria.
The kingdom I was promised. Valeria.
Surprised that didn't happen in the Hall of Mirrors.
What?
Did you think this was the real Conan? It is.
Where's the campfire scene? I don't remember. before the Indiana Jones stuff, I guess.
It's right after the let me see. They leave the ice castle and then they get intercepted by
Oh yeah.
Sven Thor. What the hell is his last name? I said Olsen before. Oh, this is Sven Ol Thorson. Anyways, they run into him, and there's the Bombaata Y scene, and then they end up at the fire before they go to the Temple of Doom.
Right.
And fight Mola and his reject extras from 300.
Right, all the schlubby guys that didn't get cast.
The schlubby dudes with the like black body paint trying to accentuate, make it look like they're muscular.
Their sweet abs.
With my own kingdom and my own queen. How the hell? Oh wow, Andre the Giant was in this.
Oh yeah, you didn't see that? That's amazing. He's the monster.
Oh, well, that's why I didn't recognize him.
Yep. Yep, you didn't recognize his sideways mouth.
That makes sense.
I saw a great photo of Andre Wilt Chamberlain like picking Arnie up in costume.
Oh yeah.
Yes, and I my only comment on the fighting Sven scene is that's when we get what it's clearly been I've been wrong about for like 25 years. Is that I always thought, and we used to say this all the time when we were younger, is that I could have swore Arnold says Bombaata Y, but he doesn't say that. And I was like, the disappointment on my face when that scene came, I was like, wow, how wrong I was.
It is a bummer.
Yeah, I was like, how wrong I was. Load these many years.
It's just the way it is. Why? It can still be that way in your version.
All right, in my version it is.
In the EBD universe, that's what he says.
Bombaata, why? Why?
When he said, I mean, just when he says Bombaata anytime in the movie, it's funny.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's good stuff. I'm so glad they chose that character name.
Yeah, me
so
too.
So Arnie
man.
could say it over and over again.
Well, I think what ends up being the better line that actually exists in the movie is when they're in fucking Oren Bega and they're leaving, and he's like, Bombaata, get out! Good stuff.
Other than Arnie and Stallone, I can't think of anybody that gets as much mileage out of the way they speak.
Yeah. Was there any more to that, or
no?
I'm not sure what to say.
Like we've gone on for so long about these guys throughout like hundreds of episodes, and I just find it fascinating. They're just
dude. Arnie and Stallone are like the fucking pillars of 80s schlocky action flicks, man.
Totally,
they're the cornerstones of like guys like Kevin and I's fucking childhoods.
Totally,
and they both have very distinctive voices. So
yeah,
yes, and we even created an entire EBD character out of all of that, which would be Chad's dad.
Mm-hmm.
This is true.
Okay, so here, let me digress for a second. Here is a straight up gripe that I had in the Kev's gripes of Kev vein. Is like I was looking at Grace Jones, and like the whole foxtail cattail thing was really ridiculous with the thong, but like I was like, who shaves and colors her head? Like who
There's a Cumbies at the the gully, and then there's a sweet hair salon. Is that what you're getting at?
Yeah. Oh, I thought you were going to say she does it at the Cumbies.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
There's a Blaine's in.
Oh man, yes. You just answered the question.
That's it. Fantasy Blaine's.
Blaine's hair Necronomicon.
Fantasy Blaine's.
But it's in the basement of Plains. The upstairs is normal Plains. The downstairs, it's like the crypt with the
Crypt Keepers.
The mullet Nomicon, yeah.
Well, there you go.
She's got pigtails at the end of the movie.
Does she?
Yeah, I think it's like part of her helmet or whatever. But it looks like pigtails.
Oh yeah, she had that weird ass hairdo. Yeah,
like Wendy's, like Wendy.
She did look like
like Wendy from like Wendy's,
Fantasy Wendy
from Wendy's,
the hamburger shop.
Yeah,
the same. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a hamburger shop. Like your little cozy little corner hamburger shop.
Yeah.
Pippi Longstocking.
That hamburger joint, Wendy's.
Yeah.
You ever been there? Oh, God.
What? Okay, so the Bombaata Y scene was a huge letdown because he doesn't say Bombaata Y, and I was crushed. But whatever. I'm over it. We get Sven Ole Thorson makes an appearance right there, which is awesome because we love him.
Who is he in this movie?
He played a masked one of the Queen's,
one of the big bads,
guards or whatever that attacks them in the field in the clearing there. After they take the jewel or steal the horn or whatever.
It's after the ice castle.
Okay.
Is it after the ice? Did you guys establish the timeline there? Is it after the ice castle and before Orn
they get
Vega?
intercepted after they leave the ice castle.
Yes, there you go.
And then they have their little camping night, and then they go to the Temple of Doom.
All right, so what happens next? The clearing and the fight in the clearing happens. Then we go to Orn Vega. Then we meet Christopher Lee, dagger thing, whole thing. Then they just, I love how he just starts pounding on the wall. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, we're outside. Like the wall is just a few inches thick right there.
Dude, yeah, and when Will Chamberlain just smacks the ceiling and the entire cave collapses, it's pretty silly.
Oh yeah, that was great with his Tony Hawk shaped freaking club.
His Gaffi stick.
Yeah, there you go. His Gaffi stick.
Tony Hawk shaped? Why is it Tony Hawk shaped?
I don't know, because when especially in the Pal for All days, it was all about skulls, and Tony Hawk was a hawk skull.
Oh, okay.
It's
right on.
Super obscure.
It's a very obscure
skater reference from the 80s.
Yeah.
Powell Peralta.
Well, I don't know. Tony Hawk was the same age as me almost, and I used to watch him. And when I was a kid, I was like, God, I can't believe this kid's a professional skateboarder because he was a pro at 14.
He's a legend, dude.
He's a legend.
Okay, so we finally come to the boss battle at the end of the movie.
The flying shit beast or whatever.
Yeah, Jeddah is to be sacrificed so they got to put the horn in the statue comes to life, and then they sacrifice Jeddah, and then it's peace on earth and rainbows.
With a giant shit beast.
Yeah, if she doesn't get sacrificed, he turns into a giant shit beast and destroys everything.
Cool. That's the end then.
There you have it.
That's pretty much it. Yeah. Everybody gets a job except for Conan.
That's it.
Yep. Yeah, everybody.
Even Malik.
Yeah, Conan kind of had the Chewie thing going. Didn't get a medal, He's just all right, see you guys.
He did.
Okay, bye.
Now I'm like Chewie.
Punch it.
No thanks.
Punch
I've already
it.
got one.
I'm like Chewie. I will find my own queen into my own kingdom.
He'll go to Queens.
I'll go to Queens.
He will go to Queens.
Find my own queen. Lot on your life. I love choice line delivery here is when she's it's Conan's the last one. She's like, Conan, rule Shatazar with me.
He's like, nah.
And he's holding his cod.
Nah. Later.
Yeah, great delivery there.
No thanks, I'm not the pedophile.
Yeah, right. Exactly, dude. Oh my God. I cannot believe the fact that she's 13 totally changes
everything.
This movie. It really does, man.
I wish you had not shared that with me.
Yeah, I wish you hadn't either, man.
Sorry.
Thanks, Dick.
Thanks, man. I like the set in this one. Speaking of sets earlier, the kind of white marbly castle with a bunch of weird fucking dark priests. It was kind of a cool sequence at the end.
It was, and it was also miraculous how they cleaned up and rebuilt the entire room before the medal ceremony.
Right?
Yeah.
All the lightning bolts blowing everything up.
It was great. Absolutely great. Yeah, I did definitely dug the Shatazar, the sets, and the, I don't know if it was a matte painting or whatever of the outside of it, up on that cool rock formation. I thought that was pretty tight too.
Yeah, definitely. The idea of Conan killing a god was cool, even if the monster was floppy latex bullshit.
Yeah,
containing Andre the Giant, which is pretty awesome.
That's the second time in the second movie that he kills a god.
Wait, what?
Didn't James Earl Jones turn into like the snake god or whatever, and then Conan killed it?
My recollection is that he turns into a giant snake. I don't remember that was a god. That doesn't mean that wasn't the case.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure one of the gods in the Conan universe is a giant snake. I forget what it's called, but
Dulce Doom. Okay, so yeah, second time he kills a god in 2 movies. And then what else? Everybody gets a job, and then Conan's like, nah, I'm cool. I'm going to go find my own queen.
I want my own kingdom. My own queen.
And I'm going to go to Queens.
I kind of want to see Conan working at McDowell's.
Oh. Welcome to McDowell's. Can I take your order, please? I need 2 Big Mix.
What's the gab tooth
and 2 fries?
Comedian dude's name?
Louis Anderson.
First, you start off with mopping. Then you're slicing lettuce. Then you're assistant manager. That's when you start making the big bucks.
That's when you work your way up to fries and then the grill.
Oh my God, I want to see him at work in a grill station.
I'm picturing him in a short sleeve polyester button down. It's like white and red striped for some reason.
Bit of
with
green.
Like a paper boat hat on.
Yep.
And short hair.
Yep.
Welcome to McDowell's. Can I take your order, please? Don't forget your change.
So aside from Arnie being in Coming to America, what else do you have to say about the end of this movie? We're pretty much in bits and bobs territory.
So yeah, let's just do bits and bobs. I don't think we missed anything, and anything we missed can be covered in bits and bobs. That's what bits and bobs is for. Anybody first bit or bob? Anyone want to throw out the first salvo?
Sword's cool.
The sword is iconic.
It is a cool sword.
Very.
We didn't touch on the music. You wanted to touch on the music.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Oh my God, dude. The music is so stuck in my head.
What, the music?
Yeah.
Oh my God, forget it, dude. You cannot get that shit out of your head. Boom, 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 boom. Dun, 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 dun. And now there's some action starting with Arnold, like, ugh. Now we're galloping through the desert, la, la, la. I mean, for real. I think you can't get it out of your head, and it's great. And I don't know. I love all the tunes from the movie. They're so memorable. They just so get stuck in your head, and you can't get them out.
Yeah, the title score is such a fucking earworm. It drives me insane. It drives me nuts. It is going to be stuck in my head all week, for sure.
Do you have any other bits and bobs, Chad?
I don't think so. I think we covered it pretty well.
All right. I couldn't help but laugh at the very beginning when she's like, the scrolls of Skelos tell of a prophecy. I was like, the scrolls of Skelos. Here we go, dude. There's always everything like this always has some fucking scroll that tells some ancient shit. And I love the name of the scroll was the Scroll of Skelos. That's my bit. And or Bob.
The Bob.
Yeah, I feel like I've already covered these sort of bits and bobs that stuck out of me this time while we were talking about it.
Nuggets?
I kind of dropped all the nuggets that I had throughout the show as per our new nugget agreement. But I'd be happy to annoy you by looking some up on IMDb right now, Chad.
Let's quickly look it up on IMDb. I do have one nugget that remains where I couldn't figure out the cold breath they were doing. I was like, they must be taking drags off of cigarettes in the background. Yeah,
what was up with that, man?
Grabbing some of Cumby Jeremy Renner's cigarettes in the background of the set. But I guess they had dry ice in a metal cage inside their mouths, which is the weirdest thing ever. Because if you touch dry ice, it burns the shit out of you. So they had dry ice in their mouths, but in order to make it so that they didn't hurt themselves, they had little mesh cages, which is a very strange way to solve a problem.
That is a really weird way to do it.
And yeah.
And if you breathe in, I imagine it would fuck you up pretty good too.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, isn't Isn't it CO2 basically?
Yeah.
So yeah, you suffocate if you.
So clearly the 80s. There's like, just stick this dry ice in your mouth. I'm like, yeah, who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
Okay. Because it was the most fake looking ice breath I've ever seen.
It was weird, especially every time Malik breathed out. I don't know.
You read Nuggets, Kev?
I don't know. No, not reading Nuggets. Just listening to you.
No, definitely
Nope,
not.
Definitely not. Reading about things on IMDb.
The Beastmaster definitely came out before this.
Did it?
Yeah, it did.
Oh, okay. And then a little. I'll use this as a nugget, even though I kind of started it before in the show about Sarah Douglas. She was in Beastmaster 2.
Who's Sarah Douglas?
Taramis.
Oh, right. Skeletor.
Well, if she was doing it now, she'd be Skeletor. Yeah.
Yep.
Evilyn.
That's all my nuggets, dude.
Well then, that about wraps it up.
Well, now.
Okay, I did just read this, but this is interesting because we keep talking about Dune. Hold on. Some of the scenes were filmed in the same location and at the same time as original David Lynch Dune movie, which I thought was pretty cool.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Oh, so now I'm cool because you like my nugget?
Nah, you weren't cool before, and you're still not cool, but that's a cool nugget.
I don't like you. I don't like your jerk off nuggets. I like your jerk off face.
I like the idea of them like filming a scene here and frolicking around, and then Gurney and Co come over in their still suits and shit. That would be great.
Totally.
It'd be great if there was some 9-string Baliset in this one.
Mm-hmm.
Totally, man. Or freaking Gurney Halleck being like, Conan, to my ready room!
Definitely saw that coming.
Sorry.
Worf Bombaata.
Gurney Halleck. Boom. Come on, dude.
Got it.
I thought you were going to hurt the girl. I am craving the blood of a live Kolar beast. Go into my ready room.
Yeah.
Listen, have you ever heard the 9-string Baliset?
Back at the academy.
Oh, shit.
I know. All right, whatever. Maybe we finally have beaten some of those into the ground. Okay, so the nuggets are done. Let's do the deaths because there's only 3 of them.
Yeah?
Yeah, dude. Unless I missed something, man. I had your Star Wars death straight away. And then I love this name. You guys didn't think it was funny. Valeria in the City of a Thousand Arnold's death. And then also not funny, the COVID Zeta-Jones death.
I like the COVID Zeta-Jones. Benny dropped a Star Wars in there too at some stage. But
oh, he did?
The Gaffi stick.
That's it.
Oh, damn it. Yes.
Yeah. I also ejected to see if the Beastmaster did indeed come out before this.
Nice. And Kev, you ejected to randomly find a nugget, which was the Dune nugget.
Wasn't so much of an ejection, but I'll take it.
Dude, you were like, I just read this on the internet. That's the fucking
Yeah,
ejection.
but I was listening and reading. It wasn't like I was like, all right, I got to go read this for 5 minutes alone in the closet.
As you do.
Wait.
As
I'm
you
taking
do.
the death, dude. Right on. All right. Wait. Beastmaster timeline eject. Ratings.
I imagine you're both fucking 10s on this or something.
I'm not exactly sure yet. Why don't you go first?
I couldn't rank this higher than Over the Top, but it is better than Star Trek Insurrection. It's in the Lord of the Rings kind of territory.
Wow.
I feel like the creatures kind of make this one. I don't know. I want this to be a good movie, but I feel like the other Conan's probably better. So it's a 4.4, which is high borderline.
Definitely.
It's better than Rises of Papa Palpatine because fuck that movie.
Oh, that movie's terrible.
And yeah, it's hanging out with the Lord of the Rings movies. So
it's pretty good.
And that's it.
Okay. Ben, would you like to go next?
Sure, I'll go next. I feel like, my initial opinion of this movie would have been somewhere around like 7.
Mm.
And after enjoying the shit out of it on this watching, I think I'm going to have to bump her up a notch, a full notch.
Wow.
We'll go with 8.
Nice.
Yeah, I like that. I feel very similarly. I so thoroughly enjoyed this viewing. Like it was just all a pleasure to watch. And then I started watching it again and did not lose any of that feeling. So like Ben said, I think my memory of it was like this movie is like a 6 or a 5, but this time I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna bump it all the way up to a 9.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, yeah, and I'll tell you why. I'll give a little bit on that because I think like the sets and everything in the movie is there to be like a great adventure movie, and then like the goofiness and the comedy in it like works and it's funny. It doesn't really detract from anything, you know. It all works really well, and it makes it really enjoyable. Like this is like true popcorn munching movie fare. You know what I mean? It's just great cast too.
Can't argue that.
The earworm soundtrack. I mean, come on. This is the soundtrack, and this is more memorable than bloody Conan is. The first one.
Yeah, I can't tell you how that goes.
Yeah, I don't even remember.
Oh, is it not the same catchy tune or anything?
No, I don't think it is, man. I haven't seen the first one in a while, but
could be totally wrong about that.
I could be too, man. I mean, one thing we didn't comment on that was just great was just the ridiculous sound effects for like him swinging the sword and shit. Like all that stuff was great.
Ooh. Yeah, and the like little painting little sparks on when the swords hit.
Yeah, totally, man. You know, like I mean, there was some fucking cling ching changing going on in this movie, dude. It was great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I'm sticking. You know, I'm sticking with my 9, firm.
I like it.
So Slab, what are we doing next week?
Next week we're hanging out with our good friend Tars for Interstellar.
What?
Yep.
Oof.
Tars, come on, Tars. Come on, Tars. Come on, Tars. Come on.
So there you have it, folks. Conan the Destroyer. Hope you enjoyed. Stay tuned next week for Interstellar. And I don't know. That's it. Later.
See ya.
Farewell.
Tally ho.
Toodles.
And that's going to wrap up this week's episode, folks. If you'd like to find the show notes for this episode, you can because we hid them. But if you go to our website, ebd.fm/episodes/126, you can find them there. If you'd like to support the show, there's a number of great ways to do it. You can rate us and review us on your favorite podcast player, app, or whatever. You can tell a friend, and you can also support us on Patreon, patreon.com/EBD podcast. Don't forget to follow us on social media, folks. Join in on the conversation. Hey, we're on all social media channels using @EBD podcast. We spend a lot of time chewing the fat with folks on Instagram. So join in. That's it. Hope you enjoyed Conan. Stay tuned next week for Interstellar, and we will see you on another time.
One for C-Lab, 2 for Ego, 3 for Wolverine to round out the trio in this episode. Everybody dies.
Beady, beady, beady.
Cade Capshaw! I try to coil it in loosely and untwist it and just keep it in a loose coil.
You got to do it loosely.
You got to do it the right way.
Hold on loosely. And don't let go.
You cling too tightly.
You gotta lose control. You're giving me something to believe in. A whole lot of faith to believe in. To hold on loosely.
A wonderful rendition.
That's good stuff, bro.
By the way, Ben, when Chad and I were chatting the other night, and he was telling me that, I said, oh, what's the matter? You're not feeling well? And he was like, yeah, my kid goes to preschool once a week. Every week he comes home with something different. And I said, oh, this week it's the flu. Next week, dengue fever. This week, COVID-20. And he goes, COVID epsilon. And I said, COVID zeta. And then somehow it turned into COVID zeta Jones. And then we decided that COVID zeta Jones was
Catherine Zeta-Jones.
after she gets infected with a radioactive dose of COVID Zeta.
She becomes COVID Zeta Jones in Spider-Man Show Me the Money.
In Spider-Man, Show Me the Money. And then, Chad, I was thinking today, like, she's the one that bites Tobey Maguire, and then he turns into Jerry Maguire.
I love it. So ridiculous.
Sorry.
Yeah. All right.
No? Oh, man, that's like a double death, dude.
Beady. Stop into it.